Number 18 says, what is the correct way to write sentences 10 and 11? So since I have one of my answer choices is sentences 10 and 11 are correct in the paper, I'm going to look at that one first. So it says, finally, after having to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game. So if you noticed, it sounded like I need more information to make that a complete thought. That's because I do. If you notice, I have word right here. A white bus. And I know that if I see a white bus word, I should be on the lookout for a comma. So let's ignore that. Is an opener. We always need commas after our transition words if they're at the beginning of a sentence. Finally, comma. After having to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game. This is a dependent clause, a DC, because it begins with a white bus word. I need a comma and an IC in order for this to be correct. I cannot have a DC standing all by itself. So because of sentence 10, this is incorrect. I agreed to give contact lenses a try is a complete sentence. That's an IC. It can stand all by itself, but this DC cannot. So let's look at our other answer choices. So what I'm going to do is all of them begin with finally, comma, finally, comma, finally, comma, finally, comma. So I know that this is correct. Correct, correct part, correct part. So now I'm going to look again. When is a subordinating conjunction or a white bus word, and so is after. So finally, when I had to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game is when I agreed to give contact lenses a try. So let's look at that again. When I had to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game is when I agreed. This doesn't sound correct. To give contact lenses a try also, let's look at that. To give contact lenses a try. Is that a complete thought? No, it is not. I don't have a subject, so this is a fragment and it cannot stand by itself, so I'm going to say that F is not correct. Be careful with sentences that begin with to. Finally, I had to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game, comma. Then I agreed to give contact lenses a try. So this, finally, I had to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game. I need to be careful right here, because here's my comma. Now, if you notice in these sentences, this sentence is different from the other two because I do not have a white bus word. So let's see. I had to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game. Who? I. Did what? Had to. This is an IC. Comma. Then I agreed to give contact lenses a try. Who? I. Did what? Agreed. This is also an IC. This is an IC, two ICs separated by nothing but a comma. This is a comma splice. Last one, let's check if it's correct. Finally, after, here's my white bus word, after having to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game, DC, I agreed to give contact lenses a try. I see. Now, if we look back at our first sentence, if we compare these two, we said that this was DC and we needed an IC. So look, all they did was change this to a comma. Finally, after having to repair my broken glasses following a particularly rough basketball game, comma, I agreed to give contact lenses a try. This is the best and simplest way to combine these two sentences. They had a DC followed by an IC, so all they did was combine them with a comma to make the sentence pattern correct. DC, comma, IC, period. Look for the way that is simple, using the sentence patterns that we already know. So now what you're going to do is the next sentences and look out for comma splices, look out for ways to combine sentences. Use your sentence patterns. Watch out for period which. Unless there's a question mark, that's not correct. Use interrupters. Make sure they're using interrupters correctly, and be careful. Don't let these combining sentences trick you. Watch out for comma pronouns. Here, comma pronoun was correct because it's supported by a white bus. A comma pronoun must be supported by a white bus.